At 3 a.m. we woke up to visit a temple by the sea. We could hear the waves and walk down 100 steps in the dark to reach them. It probably unfolds like this here every day, but I don't think we've ever seen a more beautiful sunrise. It's the kind of experience that made us want to pick up a camera and relive it all, to capture something so simple that we'll always be grateful for. In Seoul, we saw a famous folding screen with a painting of a red sun and a huge full moon behind mountains and waves. Our first view this morning was in this space, with the sun starting to rise while the moon was still setting. We woke up at 3 a.m. to come to this temple by the sea. It's definitely one of the dreamiest places that I've ever been, and I feel so lucky to have seen it with both the sun and moon in the sky at the same time. We've spent a lot of time in the mountains recently, but even from the highest peaks we could always see the water. It really made us want to come to the coast next, and we've just arrived in Busan, where we're going to spend a few days along the East Sea. While we're here, I really want to see all of the beaches and colourful towns, and there's also a sky capsule that goes right around the cliffs. We went into the hills as the sun was falling behind them. When we got to the Gamcheon Culture Village, one of the cafe owners asked if we wanted to see their rooftop terrace. As soon as I saw this view, I knew I would want to draw it. There are so many pastel buildings, and we could see where a low cloud blended the water and sky. The next day, we started climbing up to a very quiet part of the city. There's a sky capsule that goes around the coast with an endless view of the sea. We were lucky to meet up with our friend for the ride. She brought books of her grandfather's poetry, and the trip became the perfect opportunity to celebrate the things that we experience and create. I felt so inspired by our time in Busan that I decided to draw a few places from the trip. We will have blog posts for South Korea linked with everything you need to get to each one. These sky capsules were a very cute experience. They can be booked privately for up to 4 people, so it was the perfect place to meet up with our friend. They fill up fast, but you can book tickets ahead, which we'll link below. If you're booking them, they run in 2 directions, and the best place to get on is at Mipo Station. It's definitely the more scenic route because the capsules travelling that way are on the track closest to the water. We also found that Busan was a very huge city, so we needed to allow a lot of time to get to each place. Having said that though, you can still see a lot in a day. If you want the dreamiest views, we'd recommend visiting the Temple by the Sea in the early morning and Gamcheon Culture Village in the afternoon.